Kevin, just wondering, is Shedeur Sanders your starter now for the rest of the season?
Yes.
Okay. And what is your thinking behind that?
I think all along, Mary Kay, as you know, with our quarterbacks and our young players, you're always making sure that you're making the right decisions for our guys. And I think he has constantly and consistently gotten better in each one of these games and how he's approached this game. He's been working very hard. So I feel good about where his development is heading. He knows there are always going to be plays that he can be better and those type of things. But he's very intentional about getting better each and every game he's out there.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and as you can see right there, Shedeur Sanders was named the starter for the remainder of the season. He's going to have QB matchups with Caleb Williams, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow. Those are the final four teams that they have to play, and those are the quarterbacks he will be seeing, man. So Shedeur gets to really show himself in this home stretch, and kudos to him, man. Kudos to him for all the adversity he's battled through. But we're here now. We're here where he is the starter, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of this season plays out. I've never been so excited about a team that's not going to make the postseason just to see how their QB develop as I am this year. One thing I want to look at, though, is how Tony Grossi, who's been known as Shedeur's biggest critic, and the guy Shedeur confronted in the tunnel after the preseason game, he actually pressed Kevin Stefanski in a press conference about not starting Shedeur Sanders sooner. We're going to get into Shedeur's teammates reacting to him starting, and also we're going to listen to that audio. Let's check it out.
I can tell real humble. It was crazy because he got drafted after me, and we was kind of like saying, I bet, like, watch they end up taking Shedeur. And it happened. So, I really just feel like it's a competition everywhere, Dylan Gabriel's a good quarterback. It's good to have, rookies, together because we're working for the same thing, pushing each other at the same time. So, like, it's competition that we're not alone in this.
He brings an energy of his own. Like, Shedeur has been the same person since he stepped foot in Cleveland. Like, there's nothing changed about him. He's always the happy-go-lucky person that's in the locker room, always shaking people's hands, making jokes and stuff like that. And then when it's time to, put on the pads and put on the helmet, it's time to work. Like, even when I come into the facility, I see him in the office every day with Coach Stefanski, like, just going over film, asking questions. And he's not afraid to ask questions. So just for him to be, that poised rookie and stuff like that, that's not afraid to go out there, and throw the football. Of course, he's a rookie. There's always gonna be mistakes in the game of football. It's the fact that you could go up and do it again the next play. So I feel like with Shedeur, we just gonna take the next steps. We're gonna be behind him, and just keep cheering him and keep telling him to be who he is. So at the end of the day, I got nothing but love for Shedeur.
Kevin, hi. Was it a mistake not to start Shedeur earlier?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into those type of things, Tony. I'm obviously focused on what's in front of us.
About the second 2-point conversion, Batonio said after the game, you guys were repping that play back in Philadelphia. I remember seeing it myself. But the fact is, Judkins was not with you in Philadelphia. So did he get reps Friday on that play?
He did.
How'd he do?
We ran the play. So, Tony, bottom line is we'll always look at things that we can do better, but I trust our guys. We work hard during the week to rep plays that we may play, that you may show in the game. But that was not the issue there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So you could see that Tony Grossi was pressing Kevin Stefanski on not starting Shedeur Sanders earlier, and also not having him out there for that 2-point conversion. You could see the way Kevin Stefanski answered the questions. He felt very uncomfortable and he was a little agitated. It's probably the better word by those type of questions, feeling like he's challenging his decision making as a coach. But you look at Kevin Stefanski, man, honestly, Grassi is one of those guys who wants to appear like he wasn't on the side that he was because he thought all this would blow up in Shedeur's face. Now that the narrative is changing, he wants people to forget all those things that he said. But I think Kevin Stefanski has left himself open for criticism. Damian Woody pointed this out earlier on ESPN that he does often take quarterbacks out in the red zone, on the goal line, and he runs some type of wildcat. I also don't like when a coach, whenever they first came out in those first couple possessions where Tennessee was moving it down the field, he was running it on first and second down and hoping for a miracle on third down. I think that's the most predictable brand of football you could play. You saw how the offense opened up when Shedeur made a few big plays. You could come out and shock them on the very first play of the game sometime, go all the way down the field, especially if they're not playing zone. I know they played a lot of zone against Shedeur, and that gets easier when they know you're just going to run the ball on the first two plays and, try to make something happen on third down. But I think Shedeur's getting much better taking the short yard plays. And what I'm seeing is a lot of his short yard dump offs and passes, they lead to a lot of the big plays right now because I could tell Shedeur is on the scouting report, for being able to be a playmaker, extend plays, to hurt you down the field. I can tell because of the amount of zone that they're playing, and you see the plays to Jerry Jeudy. And that's another thing, Jerry Jeudy, I don't need to see you complaining because you won't get in those type of passes at no point this season that you got for a walk-in touchdown. Then you got that big play he made on the outside, on the right side of the field. I think Shedeur just has it. I think he's played in big games. Is he going to have his ups and downs? Yes, but it's enough. I think we've seen enough to know that he should be the starting quarterback, which they're saying he is for the rest of the season, barring injury, and coming into training camp next year. I don't think you should automatically just hand this team back over to Deshaun Watson because he comes back. I think Shedeur is QB1 until further notice right now, in my opinion. And you got him in the 5th round on that friendly contract you got him on. There's no way that you don't see what this man can do for the next 3 years with that friendly contract. For you really got a 1st round pick, call it what it is, and most likely the first pick in that draft. I like the Giants quarterback, but shoot, what I'm seeing from Shedeur Sanders, I'm really cool with him being the number 1 pick by the Titans if they would have elected to take him. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.